Hello, guy. You're lying there, blanket tucked up to your chin, when suddenly, imagine this. A sleepy cat named Milo blinks awake beneath a slice of glowing moonlight, whiskers twitching like tiny antennae tuned to midnight secrets. Outside, the world hums quietly. The moon rests like a silver coin in the sky, and the soft hiss of the wind sounds like it's whispering someone's name. Maybe yours. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there. Are you under a blanket or lying flat, pretending you're not sleepy yet? Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Milo stretches long, back arching like a bow. His tail flicks once, twice. It's not hunger that wakes him, nor thirst, but something deeper. Curiosity, that strange and sparkly energy that whispers, "There's something waiting for you out there." The kind of thought that pulls at your paws before you've even decided to move. He hops off the bed, soft as a cloud, landing on the creaky floorboards. Each step is a muffled drumbeat in the still air. The window glows like an invitation, a portal to everything unknown. And if there's one thing cats can't resist, it's a good mystery. Outside, a faint breeze curls through the half-open pane, carrying scents of jasmine, wet grass, and something faintly salty, like a faraway ocean dream. Milo places his front paws on the sill and peers out. The moon looks close enough to touch, and the stars blink like mischievous eyes. For a moment, he wonders what it would feel like to walk across the moon's light, maybe soft like feathers, maybe warm like a bedtime hug. And then, thump, a moth flutters against the glass, its wings brushing lightly like paper whispers. Milo's eyes widen, his hunter instincts pinging like tiny alarm bells. He taps the glass gently, paw against wing beat. The moth dances away, free and teasing. Milo grins, well, as much as cats do, and suddenly the night feels alive, awake, his. He glances back at the sleeping house, at the quiet shapes of furniture and dreams, and makes a decision that would change his night forever. He's going outside, just a peek, he tells himself. Just one little adventure before dawn. And as his paws slip onto the cool tiles below, the world expands, dark, wide, and full of shimmering possibilities. The garden feels like another world beneath the moonlight. Every leaf holds a droplet of silver, and the air tastes like mint and mystery. Milo's paws sink softly into the cool grass, and he pauses to listen. Crickets chirp their tiny love songs. A frog croaks somewhere by the pond, clearly trying to start a late-night band. Milo chuckles quietly to himself, tail swaying. "Nice rhythm, buddy," he mutters. He walks toward the garden gate, nose twitching at new scents. Roses, damp earth, and something musky, yet familiar. Ah yes, the neighbor's dog, Bruno, the self-proclaimed guardian of the street. Milo rolls his eyes. Dogs and their rules. Stay in your yard. Don't climb the fence. Blah, blah, blah. Rules are boring, and boredom is exactly what Milo avoids best. He creeps along the edge of the flower bed, careful not to rustle too many petals. Every shadow seems to wink at him. Every glimmer of starlight feels like a dare. The world is his playground tonight, and not a soul can stop him. A small butterfly flutters past, wings glowing faintly blue. Milo watches it for a moment, mesmerized, then lets it go. He's not out here to chase. He's out here to see. The wooden gate looms ahead, half open, creaking gently, like it's whispering secrets to the wind. Milo tilts his head. Funny, it's never open this late. He peers through the gap, and beyond it, the street glistens with rain-slick reflections of the moon. Lampposts stand like sleepy giants, their halos buzzing with moths. and far in the distance, something sparkles. Something small and golden. Curiosity tingles through him like static. He squeezes through the gate, whiskers brushing the edge, and pads quietly down the path. The night air feels different out here. Wider, wilder, deliciously uncertain. Milo's tail flicks higher. Adventure smells like rain and freedom. As he walks, a faint jingling sound echoes ahead. He freezes. That sound. Familiar, yet impossible. A bell. A collar bell. The kind his old friend Luna, the tabby, used to wear before she moved away. Could it be her? Or maybe another cat, out for a midnight stroll like him. He grins. Midnight's just gotten interesting. He follows the sound around a corner, past the old oak tree, and into the narrow alleyway that always smells of bread from the bakery across the street. The jingling stops. He blinks, looking around. Nothing but moonlight and shadows. Then, a soft meow. A whisper from somewhere above. Milo looks up. Two glowing eyes blink down at him from the rooftop. Looking for someone, a voice purrs. And just like that, the adventure begins for real. Milo squints up at the mysterious cat, her eyes reflecting moonlight like tiny silver coins. Depends who's asking, he says, tail curling in cautious curiosity. The cat stretches languidly along the edge of the roof, her fur a shimmering mix of smoke and shadow. The name's Luna, she replies, voice smooth as silk. Milo's whiskers twitch. Luna, the Luna, his childhood playmate, who used to race him through the garden, who disappeared one stormy night without even a paw print goodbye. You've got to be kidding me, Milo breathes. Not unless you're dreaming, she teases. Before he can respond, Luna leaps down from the roof with a grace that would make gravity jealous. She lands soundlessly in front of him. Milo blinks. Same twinkle in her eyes. Same bell jingling softly at her throat. Still sneaking out at midnight, she grins. Still making dramatic entrances. He shoots back. They both chuckle, a soft rumble under the silver light. For a while, they just stand there, catching up without words. The night hums around them, the wind brushing past fences, the soft splash of water dripping from gutters, the faraway hoot of an owl sounding like a sleepy storyteller. Then Luna's gaze sharpens. Do you still remember the old pond beyond the hill? Of course, Milo says. That's where we used to watch the stars. She nods. Well, something's glowing there tonight. Her tone turns mysterious, playful but daring. Want to find out what it is? Milo's heart gives a thump. That's the thing about Luna. She never asks easy questions. He hesitates, glancing toward home. He can almost picture his owner asleep, dreaming of anything but wandering cats. But adventure calls louder than comfort tonight. Lead the way, he says with a grin. They move together through the quiet streets, like shadows with paws. Luna darts ahead, light as a whisper, and Milo follows, trying to match her graceful rhythm. The houses fade behind them, replaced by fields damp with dew and the faint scent of clover. The moon hangs lower now, turning the world silver and blue. Every step feels like walking deeper into a dream. Finally, they reach the old pond, a round mirror of water framed by reeds and smooth stones. And there, right in the middle, something truly strange glows beneath the surface. Not the shimmer of moonlight, not the reflection of stars. Something alive. It pulses gently, like a heart underwater. Luna tilts her head. See? Told you it wasn't just fireflies. Milo steps closer to the edge, peering down. The glow brightens, spreading ripples across the pond's glassy face. Should we touch it? He whispers. Luna smirks. Always the cautious one, huh? Before he can protest, she dips a paw into the water, and the glow surges upward, washing them both in soft golden light. The pond shimmers, the air crackles, and suddenly everything feels lighter, like the world has just taken a deep, magical breath. For a heartbeat, everything stands still. Milo feels his fur lift slightly, as though the air itself hums around him. Then with a blink, the pond stops glowing, and the ripples fade into silence once more. Only the faint glimmer of moonlight remains, trembling across the water. Luna stares at her paw, dripping with gold that slowly fades back to silver. "Well," she says softly. "That was new." Milo exhales the breath he didn't know he was holding. "What just happened?" Luna shrugs, though her whiskers twitch with amusement. "Midnight magic, maybe." They sit side by side, watching the pond as though it might suddenly explain itself. The reeds whisper in the breeze, and somewhere nearby, a frog lets out a lazy croak, clearly unimpressed with their glowing discovery. "Maybe it's a sign," Milo murmurs. "Of what?" Luna asks, flicking her tail. "That I should have gone to bed earlier?" He jokes. She laughs, the sound soft and silvery, like bells tangled in the wind. Then, her expression turns thoughtful. "You always did like to play it safe, Milo. But tonight, maybe you were meant to see this. Maybe you're braver than you think." Milo glances at her, caught off guard by her tone. He wants to protest, to remind her he's just a small house cat who hides under the couch when the vacuum cleaner comes out, but something about her words lingers. The glow, the night, the magic. It feels like a whisper from the stars themselves. Luna suddenly stands, fur glinting under moonlight. "Come on," she says. "Let's follow the stream. I think the glow came from upriver." Milo hesitates only for a second, before padding after her. Together, they trace the soft murmur of water as it winds through tall grass and smooth stones. The world feels quiet and enormous, every sound amplified by the stillness of night. Their paws make barely a sound, just a gentle rhythm against the earth. As they walk, Luna hums, a tune Milo recognizes from when they were kittens. It's the lullaby their mothers used to purr on cold nights, back when life was simple and bedtime came with warm milk and tiny dreams. Milo can't help but smile. "Still remember the words?" he asks. She grins. "Always." Her voice floats like mist in the moonlight as she sings. "Brave little hearts may wander far, but love will find them where they are." Something in Milo's chest tightens. He glances at Luna, and for a fleeting moment, he feels weightless. It's as though the night itself has folded around them, like a soft blanket. But then, just as he's about to speak, a rustling sound breaks the peace. From the shadows ahead, two glowing eyes appear. Milo freezes. Luna steps forward, her tail flicking once. A raccoon, plump and smug, waddles into the moonlight, holding something shiny between his paws. "Looking for this?" he says with a sly grin. And there, dangling from his claws, is a small silver collar, the one Milo lost weeks ago. His heart leaps. "My collar!" The raccoon smirks, spinning it on one paw like a prize. "Finders keepers, right?" Milo's fur bristles as the raccoon twirls the collar smugly, the little silver tag catching the moonlight. It reads, "Milo, home is where you're loved." He remembers the day he got it, the way his human had fastened it gently around his neck with a smile, and a whispered, "Now everyone will know who you belong to." Seeing it in someone else's paws makes something hot flicker in his chest. Not anger exactly, but a strange, restless ache. "That's mine," he says quietly. The raccoon chuckles. "Oh, I don't doubt that, Fluffball, but I found it fair and square." Luna steps closer, her eyes sharp but calm. "And what would you want in return for it?" The raccoon squints at her. Maybe a trade. He points one paw toward the glowing pond behind them. That shiny thing you touched. It's magic, isn't it? Bring me some of that glow, and maybe I'll consider giving this back. Luna's tail swishes. Magic doesn't come in jars, she says. Pity, he shrugs. Guess the collar stays with me then. Before Milo can reply, the raccoon stuffs the collar into a little satchel, hanging from his side, and turns to waddle off toward the trees. Without thinking, Milo lunges forward. Wait! His paws hit the damp ground, sending up tiny sprays of water. As he darts after the raccoon, branches whip past his whiskers, and Luna races beside him, her sleek body a streak of silver in the darkness. The raccoon's laughter echoes through the woods, mischievous, teasing, just out of reach. They chase him past the glowing pond, through the whispering reeds, and down a slope slick with moss. Finally, at the edge of a hollow log, the raccoon skids to a stop and spins around. Persistent, aren't you? Milo pants, his breath coming out in quick bursts of mist. I'm not leaving without it. The raccoon studies him for a long moment. Then his grin fades slightly. Why does it matter so much to you? He asks. It's just a collar. Milo looks down at his paws. It's not just a collar, he says softly. It's home. It's where I belong. For a moment, the forest goes quiet, as though even the wind is listening. The raccoon's expression softens. Just a flicker of empathy hidden behind his playful eyes. Then with a sigh, he digs into his satchel and tosses the collar back. Fine, fine, he mutters. I guess even raccoons have hearts sometimes. Milo catches it in his paws, the metal cool against his fur. Thank you, he says earnestly. The raccoon waves him off. Yeah, just maybe don't lose it again, hero. Then he scurries off into the shadows, his laughter fading into the night. Milo stands there for a long time, collar pressed close to his chest. Luna smiles softly beside him. Told you, Milo. You're braver than you think. He looks at her, the corners of his mouth curling into a small, tired grin. Maybe. But next time, you're chasing the raccoon. They both laugh, the sound melting into the quiet rhythm of the midnight forest. The pond's soft glow flickers once more in the distance, and the first hint of dawn begins to brush the horizon with a pale silver light. The world feels peaceful again, and Milo's heart feels full, like he's found something more than just a collar tonight. Wind down, 100 words. And now, as the night begins to fade, you can almost feel the warmth of Milo's heart beating steady beneath his fur. The forest hums a sleepy tune. The stars blink slower, and even the breeze seems to sigh. Milo curls up beside Luna, his collar shining faintly in the dawn's light. He finally closes his eyes, safe, loved, and brave. So, wherever you are right now, take a deep breath, little dreamer. You've had your own adventure tonight too. Rest easy, knowing you're exactly where you belong.